You know when? This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you, Henrik. And good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Saturday Zoom session, assignment 2, Introduction to Programming, C++. Okay, so I can see there's Moses out here, there's Henrik, Latvia, and quite a few others, right? So the question was, when is this assignment due? If I look at tutorial letter 102, it says, due date 13th of May, and you have an automatic extension of 5 days. All right. Now, please don't wait for that extension. Try and complete it. Anybody wants to ask me a question about the assignment, a particular question or that I could help you with? There's a concept that's giving you a problem. Yes. Anybody unmute and go ahead.
Oh, so my question was about the question 1 and question 2 and question 3. Is that, are we supposed to include the outputs when we are writing our answers on the Microsoft?
So let's read the question, right? Question 1 simply says, write function headers for the functions described below. They only want you to write a function header for question 1. So you're going to have function check. So let's just look at my last week's question, right? What did I do with the code blocks, right? So let's open up code blocks. So if I had to pretend that this was a question from the exercise that I had done, so I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Okay, so I'm opening up my code blocks. All right, so last week we had, oops. Let's go back. Okay, let's do a share on my screen. Sharing that. Right, great. Are you able to see my question, my screen?
Yes,
there we go. There we go. Can you see I've got Henrik as a function. I've got Prinavin as a function. I've got reading as a function. So if the question said, let's read the question. It says, write a function header. It has 2 parameters. So there was last week's work. So if I had to answer this question and the function was called Henrik, I'll have Henrik and I'll have 1 parameter, 2 parameter. And it so happens that these 2 parameters are reference parameters. Okay. Moses, does that answer your question, Moses?
Yes, it does. It does. That means I'm only writing the function, not the output of
the function header. Correct. The function header. Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, then it says the function returns no value. If it does not return a value, let's look at last week's work. If I look at last week's work, all of my functions return a value because I've got a reference parameter next to that. Right? So if I take out that reference parameter, this ampersand, it becomes a value parameter. That means I'm not passing it back to the main program. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Does that help you with that?
Yes,
Let's look at the second one. It says the function is called multi. It has 2 floating point numbers as parameters, and it returns the result of multiplying them. So this is what we did last week. We went and found a value, something that was returned. So in my case, it was leftover that was returned. We used modulus last week. And it also specifies what kind of parameter that is, right? A value parameter or a reference parameter. So that's how you answer question 1. And they only want the function header. You must remember, there's 422 of you writing this paper, Moses. And the marker has to go through 422 answers. All right. Now, if you're going to put some extra work for him, he has to look through all of that. And you don't want to make his life difficult. Isn't that so, Moses?
Yes. I only have to just write the function parameters. That's it.
The function header and the parameters. Yes. Because if you really want to answer this question, you should have the whole function as well as the function calling in the main program. Okay. I hope that helps you. The number 5, it says the function count char returns the number of occurrences of a character in a string. Strings is an important section in the exam as well, right? And there are specific or inbuilt functions with strings. So you can think of the length of the string, how you'd replace a character in a string. And while we go, if we have a question or query with that, I'll go to that. Thank you for that question, Moses. Now, you also wanted to know, how do you submit your assignment if they ask you for an output, right? So if they had to ask you for an output, let's look at the question where they ask you for an output. So it says,
by the way, say I finally got the answer to the question I was asking about the outputs, because I ended up going to my UNISA to the module, and then I got a certain PDF file under my assignments then where they show how to submit assignments.
Yes, I posted that in the My UNISA, how to print, submit. Yes. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw that, sir.
Good, good, good. Let me go and show it for the benefit of the other students, right? So if you open up My UNISA, you log into My Modules. Moses, can you still see my screen, Moses? Hendrik?
Yes, I still see your screen.
Okay, if ever you can't see my screen, Moses or Hendrik, just jump in and tell me.
Okay.
Right, so let me just log in. So for the benefit of the other students, here's our module. And where did I post that? How to print. There's it, how to print, right? How to print. And I also have something, other additional resources. Let's go to how to print. There we go. There we go. It points out, gives you, this is a UNISA tutorial, how to print it. But I'm also going to show you an easier method, right? Another method of doing it.
Okay.
It's also under, is it under additional resources? I'll put that there as well. Oh, did you see this? My past year papers, Moses?
Yes, I end up going there and downloaded.
Good. Right?
Yes.
And right, let me quickly show you how to print it from here as well, right? It gives you or how to submit your, if they ask you for. So let's look at this now, right? So let's say, for instance, this was the question, and you worked out the question, compiled it, you ran it, and now you want to pretty please enter the number of items. I think it was 30 that we used last week, and the number of items that will fit in the box is 7, and that's the output. Okay, Moses?
Yes.
So here's a simple method of copying this and pasting it into your output. Right. So if I go up to the top there, and oopsie, did I lose it? Let's just copy all of this. Control A, and Control C. I open up Word. Let's open up Word. Let's first do the program. Microsoft Word. There's Microsoft Word here. I like Microsoft Word, Moses, because it gives me a little bit more control, right? So Control V, or right click. And there's my entire, Moses, can you still see my screen, Moses?
I can still see your screen, sir.
Right. So there's the entire program with the program instructions and questions and all of it, right? Now, if you wanted to, you could have went and changed the paragraph. Right now, I've got it as double. I could make it single line spacing, or
that's like how they said they instructed us on the assignment that we should.
That's right. Or if there's too many lines in between, you can go and delete a line. Let's go and change that to right click. I blocked the text and I went to paragraph. And now I'm looking at it as being, oh, there's multiple line settings. So let's go and make it single line settings, right? And say, okay. Oh, it didn't make much of a difference, but you know what I'm getting at in terms of Word. Now, I also want to run the program. Let's run the program. And it says 37, right? So I can copy that, right? I can copy that, right? I block the text with my cursor. Oopsie, I block the text with my cursor. Control C. Let's open up my Word document again. Where's my Word document? There's my Word document. Control V. There we go. Can you see that, Moses?
Yes, sir.
Right, so whatever output I have, just remember Control C, Control V. Control C
V.
means copy, Control V is to paste.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Moses. And it's also nice, even if you leave the word process, return 0, 0 times 0, all of that, right? Press any key. Because that kind of shows the marker that, listen, you have ran this code on code blocks. Okay.
Sir.
So you will need to do that for, well, I think question 4. Because question 4
question
says,
5, question 6.
I beg your pardon, Moses?
The question paper says it wants the output for question 4, question 5, and question 6.
Correct. You need to submit the program and the output like what I've done now, right?
I wanna ask, because I've already written question 4, question 5, question 6, and the outputs that I have inserted is not the way you did. I inserted pictures instead. I did screenshot and pasted the
Okay,
screen.
you could do that as well. You could do that as well. You could do a screenshot. Yes.
Okay, that shows the name of my PC, Moses. It shows that it was done on my...
Perfect. That's another way of doing it, right? Because they just want the output. They haven't specified in this assignment how they want it, right? But I showed you a simple method that I used for my students over the years, right? So thank you for that, Moses. Let's say, for instance, Moses, but you can't do a screenshot for the program, Moses, the program code.
The program code, I just copied the program and pasted on the word straight, and then I had to change from the font to put it on the font of New Korea and 10, as they said.
They wanted Korea 10. Is that what they asked for? Where did they say that?
New Korea.
Where did they say that?
Not on the question paper, but on the where you have posted from my UNISA, where you submit assignments. Yes, that's where they...
Okay. They asked for Korea New.
Yes, Korea New size 10. Right.
So I hope the others are listening too. There were a few students that hadn't started it. So Moses tells me that it's written Korea New. So that the only way you can do that is if you had it in Microsoft Word, all right? So you can change it in Word. So this was my Word document. Let's open up my Word document. There we go. So Control A again, and select all your text, and you choose Korea New, COURIE. And do they specify a size, Moses? 10, 11, 12?
Yes, they did specify. They said 10, sir.
10. Okay, so let's go with 10, right? So there we go, 10. Right, there we go.
Exactly.
Korea New 10. Lovely. Thank you for that, Moses, and thank you for sharing for everybody. Anybody has a question for Moses, because he seems to know what's going on and how to submit the assessment? Anybody with a question for Moses? All right, Moses, do you have any other questions, Moses, or any other assistance for our students?
Oh, say I wanted to ask about that question 3. The question 6 is written question 3, and while I was answering mine, I just written question 3 because I can't change it while it's written question 3. The one I told you about.
Yes. I think ma'am accidentally copied and pasted, and she did not change that, right? So what you can do is you can label it just as she has labeled it, right? So you will label it as question 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, question 2, and you're going to say 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, because she hasn't sent us any corrections or errata. And question 3, you just put down that this is whatever the answers are, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. In fact, I helped you with question 3, the cube. Right, the cube. Question 4, you don't, that's the post office example. Question 5 is their group. And after question 5, it says question 3. So this is actually question 6. So you can write down question 3, and in brackets, you can put down, it's actually question 6. But they will be able to pick it up from your program code. Okay. Right. So thank you for that. Right? It's a simple thing. And guess what, Moses? I've been doing this for a number of years. They tend to mark, they don't mark all the questions. Sometimes they mark just a few, but you don't know which ones they're marking or they're not marking. So you'll have to select, you can't say, I'm only going to do question 1 and 2. You do all of them, And they generally take the questions that are difficult and where they have the program and the output and you know, where it's complicated. Like look at this question on area, volume, height. That's a pretty complicated question, right?
Yes.
So that'll be a nice question for them to mark.
Oh,
Thank you for that, Moses. Anybody else with the anything else, Moses? You have queries, questions?
I don't have questions so far.
Okay. Anybody else with a question or query regarding assessment 2, assignment 2? Okay, come and help you quickly with the question 7. Question 7, you can draw a series of variable diagrams, but it'll be nice to also use the compiler to check your answer. And in order to do that, you can copy all your code. You can copy this code and you can paste it inside code blocks, right? Because code blocks is going to help you to answer the question. You're not cheating. You're asking for help. That's where I put it. Hendrik, what do you think about that? I'm asking for help, I'm not cheating.
I think that's quite fair, Mr. Governor.
I think so. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So there's my project console application. I did this a couple of weeks ago. A02 Q7. This is how I like to label my my projects. So that says assignment 02, question 7. Right. So I'm going to save that. Let's finish that. There we go. Should open up now. Should open it up. Oh, do I have a program running in the background? I think I do. Let's close all of that. There we go. There's a program running in the background. Sorted that out. Okay, let's close that. File, close the project. So I'm going to help you to answer a question where they simply want to find out the output. Now, in years gone by, during the examination, ma'am allowed the students to use the compiler. So if that's the case, then you can always use the compiler to check what's going on, right? Their program. Let's go back to new open existing recent projects was there's it there. Right? If you can't see it, go to view, go to manager, and that'll help you to see your program. Right. I've got the zoom button on the top of here. Let me just move the zoom button up. So now all I'm going to do is, well, it's nice to test your compiler works, run. Yeah, hi, hello world. Oh, it's working fine. So let's go and delete all of that. Control V, I copy that in. And now I go and edit it. This will save you lots of time. Right? So if you haven't started the assignment, like one of the students from Malanga hasn't started the assignment, I would suggest you go through the lessons in the text, and then you go through this, you start with this question, because this will help you to understand what's going on with a function, right? How you call a function, how you pass parameters, what are value parameters, and what are. All right, so move that along. Aha, right. Hendrik, aren't I a fast typist?
Yes, indeed, Mr. Governor, almost as fast as me.
Oh, great, great. Let's compile, let's compile, let's compile. Let's see. Thank you. Let's see if there's any logs. Oh, line number 12, 14, and 20. Let's see if I can hide this. Remote control. How do you hide this remote control so that I don't see it on my show? Hide floating meeting controls. Right, it's gone. Okay. All right. So now it says there's a problem there in line number 12. Expected a terminator. Let's go and have a look at the question. The question is on line number 12. Line number 12. Let's look at, sometimes when the errors don't appear, they appear, it's you have to go up a line or two, right? See there. Is that's one function, that's another function. So you will copy and paste this. And I just like some extra lines in between. If you copy and paste, you got to check that you copy and pasting correctly, all right? Oh, and sometimes it doesn't take that star sign, right? It took that, that's fine. N is equal to N minus 1. Error expected before N1. There's a terminator there. Oh, line number 9. There's the problem with line number 9. There's a 10, extra 10 there. Let's take that out. And in line number 14, it says, return. Ooh. Line 6. Let's go to line number 6. Oh, there's a number 6 there. Copy and pasting. Let's take that out. And does that 2 belong there? Let's look at the question. Return 2. Oh, there's a 10 here. Why is there a 10 in line number 9? That should not be there. And line number 23, there's an error there in line number 23, which is there's a 24 there. It shouldn't be there. Right? So sometimes copy and pasting is not that a good idea, huh? Ah, there's a 17 there. Note 17 should not be there. Let's see what else. Return 0. I did this. I did this. By the way, writing a capital C, we tend to use small letter C's, lowercase letters for variable names, right? I'm not sure why this was. NAM had decided to use that capital letter C. Maybe it was to confuse you, to catch you out. Let's compile again. Let's see if there's any errors. Still more errors. There's errors in line number. It says stray 2 to 6, line 15. Int n. Int n. Hendrik, Moses?
Yes, Mr. Governor. I'm not entirely sure what the error is here.
Yeah. Line number 15, it says it's missing a... What's the error? Anybody, help us. We typed in the program. I'm using 2 screens, so I can extend my screen, and I'm gonna read out what's happening on. Let's read line by line. So in line number 1, it's got variable diagrams revisited. Line number 2, include IO stream. Line number 3, using namespace standard. Const int capital C equals 200. Line 5 is, well, mine is int funct1, int n1, close bracket, and, well, they're opening a bracket out there. N plus equals 3, n1 equals minus equals n. Return 2 times n plus 1, and they got C. All right, to return that, right? Then it's got void function 2, int n, int, this is, and it's got 17, which I have taken out because that was a copy and paste error. N is equal to C times N1. N1 is equal to N minus N1. N1 is equal to N minus N1. Void function 3, int N, int ampersand N, int K. K is equal to N1 plus 3. N is equal to K times 30. N1 is equal to N times 2. N plus 2 times K. Then it's got int main. And there was a line 24 out there in the program, which I've taken out, sorted that out. Int n, comma m, comma j, n is equal to 5, m is equal to 10, j is equal to function 1, n, comma m, n is equal to 15, m is equal to 20, function n, comma m, return n is equal to, n is equal to 25 again. Oops, function 2 is n is equal to function 1, n is equal to 15, 20, 25, 30. Function 3, return 0, and we end. I seem to have copied it according to what's on the text. What seems to be the error? Because we have to sort out the errors for us to be able to void. And another way of correcting it, if we know that it is returning something, I could change this into an int function, right? Expected if I'm returning a value, which I should be. All right, let's leave it as int and let's put on a return function out here. Right, what's coming out in function 2? Function 2 is just n, comma m. For those of you who have completed this question, how did you complete the question if there's errors in the question?
Me personally, Mr. Governor, I just took it step by step and wrote variable diagrams. I didn't actually try to run it in the code blocks.
Okay. That's okay. You can do that as well. But I'm picking up. I've taken the code and N1. I've taken the code and I'm still getting that error. Int n N1.
In line 11, Mr. Governor, I see that it's int in, comma, int and ampersand in 1. I don't suppose the ampersand would make any difference there.
Well, it simply means that I'm passing across whatever value that I have here to the main function. All right. In function void, listen to the error, right? Int, comma, it's like it's not reading this in. It's not reading the in. Look at the error message. In function void, function 2, comma, int ampersand. If this is the question, it must run in code blocks. It must run in code blocks. It cannot not run, basically. And you get what I'm saying, Henry?
Yes, I quite understand, Mr. Governor. This is a bit of a funny one, isn't it?
It is a funny one. It is a weird little thingy magic. It is a funny little one. Then you have to draw your variable diagrams and yeah. Let's see. I was working on this some time ago. Let's see if I have this. If I have this project, recent files. No, I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it. So it's a long time ago. Cost 1511. No. Listen, I'm gonna check. I don't want to waste time. It's 12:30 already, but yeah, I have to find out this error. It's going to nag me this weekend. Why can't I find out what's wrong with it? But this is the code. This is the code. And for it to work, it has to be, I should be able to run it in code blocks for me to get an answer. All right. So give me some time. It's a problem now. And I should be able to you should be able to verify your answers. Alternatively, I'm going to just type each one and see whether there's a typing error that I have. I can't see it. According to what I have out here, it's Moses. Come, Moses. Anybody with a there's so many people. Yeah. Moses?
You asking?
Yeah, let's see what's the error here. We need to how did you answer this question if there's an error? If you
so on the int j,
yes.
I had to j is declared but not initialized.
Int j. Okay, j is declared but not initialized. That's all right. You can do that.
Yes.
In line number 27, according to what you're telling me, that int.
Yes. Then let me check again on my screen.
Okay. You want to share your screen, Moses, if you don't mind, to show us that.
Oh, my coding.
Yeah. Oh, for this question, don't give us the answer. Just the code.
Okay, no problem. Let me just share my screen.
Thank you, Moses.
First, you have to enable me, sir, to.
Oh yes, that's what happened last time. So what did I do the last time? What did I make? I made you a.
You made me the host, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm making. Oh, sorry. Cancel. Let's make you the host. Right, Moses, you are the host. Go for it.
Yes. Let me share my screen. Is it okay? Can you see?
Nope.
Supposed to share.
Ah, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Right.
Yes, that's my screen, sir.
Okay, great. Let's. All right. Oh yes, I can see it. All right. And this runs,
Yes,
Moses.
Yes, it runs, sir.
All right. Now
let me build it so that you can see. Build it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Build it. Go ahead. Build.
Build it. Run it.
Oh no. Enter your name is.
That's another question. It's another question.
Okay. Compile it first, right?
Yes. I don't know why it's doing this, but then
okay.
On my side, it doesn't have errors. It doesn't show errors.
Okay,
errors.
Moses, you mind copying the code and putting it into the chat, please? Then I can take it from there.
Okay, let me just do so, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I've copied. Copy.
Copy.
Okay. Where are the chats? Yes, paste. Yes, sir.
All right.
Everyone can. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Moses.
Let me. Yes.
Right. I copied it.
Back.
Yes, I can. I've got it, Moses.
Okay.
Moses, can you stop sharing? Then I will take over from you, Moses.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Control.
Let's see if I can correct the error from where Moses has done it, right?
Yes.
Yes, Moses, it works, Moses.
It works.
It works with J not being declared. So J wasn't declared and not initialized. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Thanks to Moses. Let me share my screen now.
It's
Great.
okay.
Right. Moses, thank you, Moses. So Moses corrected the error. They needed to declare J. Right, let's see. Moses, you have. All right. All right, let me compile Moses's program. And build and run it. Okay, Moses. Is this the answer, Moses? Oh, you're not displaying anything. Okay, so Moses.
Yes.
See out.
There's no There's no COT, sir.
Right.
Yes.
So Moses and the rest of you go and put in some C out statements. So the question is, what is, draw a series for the conventions of it and work it out, and what's the answer? So you can put in some C out statements out here. C out N, so you can see what's going on. The value of N is, and you can put down N line, and you can let's run the program. So it should tell me what the final value of N is. The value of N is 28, right? At the end of it all, tell me the value of N is 28. So let's go and find other values. Copy that, edit, copy that, Control V, the value of M. All right, so Hendrik, did you get an answer of final value of N to be 28?
Yes, I did, Mr. Governor.
Great, great. And the value of M, let's see, is 2. Is that true?
No, I made a slight mistake there, I think.
Okay, great. So at least I know you didn't waste your time. So you're going to go and work towards this answer, all right?
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, sorry
Yes,
for
Moses.
Hendrik. I wanted to ask, after this step, I should just paste the output as well for question 7.
No, question 7 wants variable diagrams. I'm just using the compiler to answer and check what is going on.
And
right?
show other students how we tackle this.
Yes. And also for you to check your work. Like, see,
Okay.
Hendrik mentioned he's got the first value of N, but the second value M is not what he expected. So I want you all to look to get that answer. All right. And you use the compiler as a tool. That was the objective of doing this.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now if you want to find out what the value of N is inside function 1, you can put it down there. And you see the value of N inside function 1 is, right. So if I run the program now, it's going to give me the value of N inside function 1. The value of N inside function 1 is 18. So let's see, how did we get that? So when I call function 1, I'm passing across 15 and I'm passing across 20. So I come to the top, it says value of N is 15, the value of int N is 20. So I'm gonna put a comment statement out here. So N is equal to 15, N1 is equal to 18. Where did I get that from? From the bottom of here, the function call. Sorry, 15 and 20, 15 and 20, not 18, 15 and 20. Then inside here, the value is equal to N is equal to N, plus equals 3. 15 plus 3 is 18. N is equal to 15 plus 3, right? I'm just putting that as a comment. I wrote it differently. And N1 is equal to minus equals N. Whatever the value of N was, N is N1 is equal to N1 minus equals N. So it's N1 minus N, right? So let's go and find out the value of N. So I'm using the compiler again to help me. The value of N1 is N1, N9. All right. So let's see if I'm going to get that answer. And N1, which is 20 minus 18. Let's build and run. What's the problem? Oops, sorry, I put the comment there. Right, let's build and run. Right, so the value of N1 is 2, right? So inside, I should put it down. The value of N1 inside function 1 is 2. So what is the value of N1? Hendrik, if you look at it, line number 6, I put down N1 is equal to 20. 20 minus the value of N. The value of N is 18. 15 plus 13 is 18, right? So they're testing you on your ability to answer the question. Plus equals 3, which is 15 plus 3 is 18. Then they tell you return n plus n1. What is the value of n? We told you it was 18. This one here is 2. What is 2 plus 18, which is 18 plus 2, which is 20. 20 plus 2 is 22. So let's go to function below function 1. And then they go on to function 2, function 3, function 4. All right, so they're not passing across this function in line number 32 into a value. All right. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Governor,
Yeah,
all fine,
yeah.
thank you.
All fine, thank you. Right?
That's worked out very satisfactorily.
That helps you. That helps. Okay, right? Let's look at what kind of parameters are being passed. One is a value parameter and one is a reference parameter. So no, both are value. Both are value. There's no, but in void function 2, one is a value and one is a reference. In function 3, both are reference parameters. Okay. So if you understand this question properly, if you are able to do it, that will help you with question 1, where you're asking about value parameters and reference parameters and writing a function name with 2 parameters in it. This is what I'm getting at. Okay.
Okay.
And also put in these little cout statements around here to help you to find out what the value of n is. Okay.
I
All
wanted
right.
to ask about this
Yes.
cout value. If I didn't include them in my answers or for the assignment, will I be wrong by that? Because I didn't.
No. If for the assignment, Moses, they don't want a program. They
Yes,
just
they
said
just
draw
want
a series of variable diagrams. Use the convention in the study guide. You'll need to do it like this. You'll need to do it with like blocks, right? So I'm just doing Excel to make life easy for us. So you got to say line number, and then you got to say what's the value of I, N, J, and you got to go through it all like that, right? And you draw your little boxes. Okay, Moses?
For the assignment, sir.
For the assignment, yes. They don't want a program. They don't want a program. We're just doing this to help us understand, right? Because time is of the essence. It's due in 2 or 3 days' time. And we want to get full marks for it. Okay?
Yes. Or what they want is just for me to go to Excel and draw a table.
Not Excel. You can draw it in you draw it in blocks. You can draw it. Look at the study guide. Okay. Look at the study guide. Look at this, the convention, the study guide. Right, I'm opening up the study guide. They want blocks. Control F, VARIAB, variable diagrams. And there's a variable diagram here. There's a variable diagram. This is how you draw a variable diagram. This is what they want. They want line number. This looks like an Excel document to me. That's why I asked you to do it like that, right?
Yes.
Right. So you draw some blocks and there we go. Can you see line number? And it's got.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, those blocks. That's what they want you to do. All right.
Okay.
All right. That's what they don't want a program output and they don't want a program code.
Okay.
All right. So I hope I gave you a tool to answer it.
Okay.
All right. So if I wanted to know what was inside there, Control C. I can put it out here and I can put it there and say Control V, the value of n inside function 2 is n. Inside function, the value of n1 is this. So quickly, let me run this program, build and run. And this will tell me what's the value. This is the value of inside n1, how it changes in n2, how it changes in n2 again. All right. All right. So this helps me answer a variable type question or to find out what's going on with the changing of the variables.
All right.
Right. And I'm just going to quickly finish it up here. Back, Control V, the value of n inside function 3, and the value of inside function 3 is. All right. You'll see how this ampersand, what it does to change the value as you're going along. So this could be the final value, the final value of m is. All right, so build and run. So look at it. Can you see how the value of n changes? N was 18, then n became 15, then n became 28, and it stayed 28. N1 started off with 2, N1 became 23, then N1 went back to 2, and the final value of that of m is 2. This is what I'm getting at. All right. Cool?
Yes, Mr.
Cool?
Governor.
Yeah, right. So try and work towards that in your variable diagrams so that you get 4 marks for this, right? That's what I want. I want 4 marks for you. Anybody with any other questions? Yes, go ahead, Henrik.
In your opinion, Mr. Governor, would it be a good strategy to take question 2's functions and also put them into the code blocks and see what comes?
Yes, yes, but don't answer the question. Answer the question as the assignment is, because you want full marks, right? I want to get full marks for your assignment. So please do that. By all means, go and write a program. And it will also help you, consolidate and concretize the example. Make sure that you get to grips with what's going on. All right? So please, yes,
Okay.
do that, do that, do that. Good question. Yes. Anybody else? Question, ask. Thank you so much, Moses. You made my life so much easier. At least you figured out what was the problem out there. So maybe I can write to ma'am and tell him, hey, I found this problem with assignment 2 that we tried to run it in code blocks. It wasn't running the way you had it. We had to go and initialize J and pass it across, right? So J wasn't declared, right? Thank you, Moses. Excellent. Can you see it was giving us an error somewhere way off course? Meantime, the error was down there in the main program. Right. Anybody else with a question? Hello?
All fine on my side, Mr. Governor. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'd
Thank you,
also like to
Henry.
say thank you to Mr. Moses.
Yes, yes. Thank you to Mr. Moses. Mr. Moses, thank you for finding the error and pointing it out to us that they forgot to declare it.
No problems there.
Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely. Yes. Anybody else? Any other query, question? Can you call it a day? Blankia, or is it Chune? There's Henrik. iPhone. Someone joining us from the iPhone. Latvia. Sekobela. Malekana. Right? You have 5 days extension. Please don't wait for the last moment, because that's the day that my UNISA will be down. You won't be able to save your work.
About that, Mr. Governor,
Yeah.
if I understand you correctly, in that case, the 5-day extension starts on the 13th.
Well, yes, from the 13th onwards, right? So 13,
Okay.
count 5 days from there, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right?
Okay.
And
I was just a bit curious because this is the first assignment I've seen so far that's got an automatic extension attached to it.
yes, they've got an automatic extension. You're very lucky, right? And you're right, they don't extend the due date. If there are multiple choice questions, there's no extension. It goes. By the way, I did ask ma'am for an extension and she hadn't replied to me as well. So I think she says, let's go with the due date, right? She must be pretty busy.
Okay.
So I tried for you. We tried with the first one, we got it. But you see what happens when you extend the first assignment. It kind of goes into the due date for the next assignment, or the first assignment becomes due after the second assignment. It creates a whole lot of commotion. And this module is run similar to COS 1511. And then the markers will have a headache. So sometimes it's just nice to go with what they've timetabled as due dates. All right. Okay, cool.
Sorry, sir.
Yes. Yes, go ahead with your
Uh,
question.
Let's go back a little bit. You said J was not declared, right?
Yes. That's why we were getting an error.
Yes, yes. So, for J, what did you do to correct that error?
We declared it. We int J. If you look at the assignment question, ma'am had, she used J. Hey, it is declared, but we didn't, Moses corrected it. Moses,
Because
Moses.
on which line? Number 25, from number 25, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's have a look at where you got J over here. Moses, you changed the question a little, Moses.
No, I didn't change the question, sir.
Let me put it out here, Moses. I'm putting it side by side. Moses, according to what ma'am wrote, in line number 28, J is equal to function 1 n comma m. J is equal to function 1 n comma m. N is equal to 15 of 5 and 10. It's after 5 and 10. Moses.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Look at this question here, Moses. You copied it correctly, Moses?
I think I might have mistakenly copied or mistyped when I was typing.
Yeah,
my
N comma M comma J. Moses, just check
Yes, sir.
what you've done. Just check what you've done there, right?
Yes.
J is equal to function 1 n
Yes.
comma m. Right, Moses. Then you got n is equal to 15. Oh, this is another
Yes.
trick I use. I split my screen in two so that I could see the question.
Yes, and
On the
and
right and the left. Yeah. Moses, just double check your work, Moses, please.
yes.
Line number, after that, it's got n is equal to 15, 20 function n. Then it's got n function 3. Yeah, Moses, just double check your work there, Moses. They are calling your function line number 34.
I'm doing so. Then line number 34 does the return.
Yeah, there was a return.
Yes.
N previously declared here.
And
Okay.
the last line, the brace, right? Brace bracket.
Yeah, Moses, just double check that J is set. J is set but not used. All right, let's just go int J equals 0. I'm just forcing a declaration to make it look like what Moses has done. Moses, I'm going to take back my thank you, Moses. Now see what you did, Moses. Check here, Moses. I'm using it. Let's compile it and build and run. All right. Oh, but it gets the same answer. Same answer at the bottom there, right? Class, just double check your work.
Yes.
Right? Moses forgot to call out J. Right, Moses, you need to copy it exactly as is, or no, well, not exactly, whatever errors that they had. So if I looked at n is equal to int nmj, int nm, I just took out j there because j, I just assigned it to 0. I was using it. N5, 10, calling j is equal to function 1 n comma m, n is equal to 15, m is equal to 20, function 2 n comma m, function n3, function 3. Let's look at each function. Function 1, n plus equals 3, n minus 1, return 2 times n plus 3. Function 2 NC function 2. Function 2 n is c times n1. Where did you get c times n1? Function 3. Moses, I'm getting worried here, Moses.
I'm
getting worried. Function 2, what did you type in function 2? Function 2 is equal to
I should read what I've written in my code.
Yeah, check what's in your code. Function 2. Function
Line
2
number.
has the following, line number 13 and 14. I'm just copying this out here. Copy exactly what's there, Moses.
From the question paper, sir.
Yeah, from the question. That goes to everybody as well. Copy, edit, paste. N is equal to C times N1. N1 is equal to N minus N1. Line number 16, void function 3.
The mistake I think I might have done is that when I copied and pasted this on my compiler, when I was editing those numbers, you see what you did firstly by removing the numbers from the question paper. I might have maybe misplaced mine.
Yes, Moses.
When I was, yes, that's what I think my error.
Yeah, Moses. Yeah, just double check. No problem. I'm glad we found the error now and not after you submitted it, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's see that. Now I'm getting those errors again. There's that error that I was having. That's what I'm telling you, that there's an error. Moses. We need to verify this thing, Moses.
I'll go
back to square one.
I'll make sure I redo the question 7 again.
Yeah, redo this question, please, Moses.
Yes.
Right? Please redo this question. Can you see the errors that we're getting? C times N1. Please redo this, Moses. Right? Even if it means you're retyping anything out. Let's. N is equal to C times N1. I'm just retyping it to see maybe I made a mistake when I copied. Oopsie. Edit, undo. N1 is equal to N minus N1. I'll just retype that. E Look at that. I retyped it and it's not giving me the error anymore. J. Let's go and run this thing. Whoa, look at these values. Look at these values. Something is definitely amiss here. I'm not getting 28 as my final answer. Hello? Anybody?
Yes, Mr. Governor, we're watching with a great deal of attention.
Yeah. Guess what I did? I retyped this thing out, right? I copy and paste it, right? That was one. I'm going to go through each line by line, right? I have to, otherwise I won't sleep. This is how me and programming, right? Yeah, I'll become like I'll find something is amiss here. I'm going to say, hey, I need to correct this mistake. All right. So let's open. I'm going to read line by line. I'm going to read line by line. I'm sharing my screen. I'm not sure what do y'all see on the screen? Do y'all see code blocks or do you see the question?
Mr. Governor? Yes,
Yeah.
if we see the question.
You see the question. Okay, right. So I'm reading the question. Let me put both on the same page. Control Command P. And I'm going to say duplicate. Now, Hendrik, do you see both? I mean, when I say both, I mean, do you see the question and do you see code blocks on the same screen?
Yes, Mr. Governor, quite fine.
Right, great. You can call me Prinavin, Hendrik. Don't worry. You're not. I feel I'm your tutor. Okay. So let me read line by line. Moses.
I'm still here, sir.
Right. Oops. Did I close that?
And I seem to have touching classes. There's a class that I'm supposed to attend right now at 1 of the XY.
Oh, okay. Sure. Go for it. I'm just gonna read. Right. There's my program. I want you to go and verify that it's indeed. So line number 1, it's got variable namespace C is equal to 200 function. What I'm checking is you check both the code, right? Type it. We found mistakes that we had there. J is not used. So I go and declare J. I just made it equal to 0. Function J is equal to function 1 in M. Right, so I'm basically saying check that everything is appearing as is in your code blocks and you run the program, right? Hendrik, will you do that, please, before you submit? Please, you want full marks, right?
Yeah, for
Moses,
sure.
will you also do that, Moses? I think Moses has left. All right.
Yeah, I'll definitely have a look at that.
I'll definitely do so, sir. I'll definitely do so.
Yeah. Right. I gave you a strategy, an idea. All right, class, it's 5+1. Can we call it today?
I think so, Mr. Governor.
Okay.
No doubt you've also got things you want to look at.
Yeah. I'm also going to relook at this and I'll post it in our group to say that this is what it is. And I won't post this video because it has answers to it, right? Or helping you in terms of that question. All right. Anybody else with a question quickly before we call it a day? Anybody? Anyone? Query, question? All right. Thank you very much for joining me. Wish you good luck with your assignment. Please submit it as soon as possible because they tend to take marks from the assignment as a course mark towards the exam. All right?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Governor.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Bye,
Goodbye.
everyone.
Keep well.
Goodbye.